we talked about Touk because he played in academy last week, and now we have this situation. He's don't playing in the second order, and you play with Leleco today.
Yeah.
When the situation happened and you needed to make that substitution, that change, what the first thing comes to your head? Because KD is a process of evolution, and then you lose your number one player and you need to change him for academy player. But you tell me in CBLOL, Leleco is amazing before the game.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. Yeah. But the first impact, you lose your star player. In what way Kate sees this happening? What you think about all the situations before Leleco play her first game in CBLOL?
This was one of my other times where I felt like I chose the right team, because it's same with data. The data costs a lot of money. The data that we got costs 5 figures.
Oh
yeah, so it's like a salary, you know.
Yeah.
So instead of picking randomly, we paid that amount of money, and for an org to do that is very rare.
I've never
heard of this in Brazil.
Yeah,
and I told them, they're like, okay. At that point, I was like, wow. With Leleco, it was the same. Number one thought that goes through my mind is obviously player well-being. As I said, like, if something's not okay, and I think TOUCOUILLE needed time, and he needed to be able to rest. So
you can ask me, I can get you.
It's all good. I knew no matter what, TOUCOUILLE would have to go, but I wasn't too worried. Like, what I told management was, I think that if anything, we might even play better, because TOUCOUILLE is not at 100%, and Leleco makes the other 4 better. And I spend a lot of time with Academy. I don't know how much you heard of that. I don't really pay too much attention, but I spend a lot of time with Academy.
They won today.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Did your team win today?
Before here.
Awesome.
You guys need to lose one time.
No, we can't.
Please lose one time.
We have a calendar, I have a calendar link where people can just click and book my time. So, for example, I'll take the Academy boys out to dinner, etc. I'll coach them one-on-one. I'll coach the coaches too. And we should talk about Mitohara and Lux too, because I think they're really, really, really potential.
You know that Lux, I actually encourage him to try coaching.
Yeah, I think he told me.
I encouraged him a lot on the off season because I knew that he would be good.
Yeah, he's very, very smart. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I told management, look, like, let's do this. And it's a pretty ballsy move. It was on Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I received the mail. I don't remember the time, but it's very late.
It was Friday, 6 p.m.
Yeah,
or something. In the morning, I sensed TOUCOUILLE was off, and at this point, I was at my point where I was like seriously concerned. So I told management in the morning before our first game, hey guys, I think there might be a chance we need to let TOUCOUILLE rest this week. And then after the first game, I realized I had to. So it was technically it wasn't a bench, but it was technically like a forced bench.
Yeah.
And then we played 4 games with Leleco. 3 games in, I decided we need to play with Leleco this weekend instead of making TOUCOUILLE play in this condition. And then we went. But because I spent time with Leleco or watched a lot of academy scrims,
you actually knew.
I knew that he would be a good fit. And I also talk about the game, but also how we coach in academy too. So the way we play is like not identical, because I give a lot of autonomy to the coaches, but it was good enough where they trained him very, very well. Like Mitohara Lux did a really, 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 really good job with Leleco, I think. Really fucking good job with Leleco. And Leleco actually described it as like one of them, like the best coaches I've had. So yeah, that was what was going through my head. And then I went on stage and I was like, I knew we'd win, I think. But if it didn't win, I was scared because I wasn't sure how
it would be perceived.
Like benching TOUCOUILLE, who was my best player.
Yeah.
At least the community perceived it that way. I would be known as Bagre of the century, I would be known as like the idiot of the century on a Friday afternoon, So I was like, I'm like getting sweaty palms thinking about it. And we had a meeting with the president, so Pedro, Big Pedro. We had a meeting with Vex, and we just sat down and made the decision, and it went well, luckily. And he's doing really well.
Yeah, you have like people with you that actually went through a lot. Like Vex, for example, he went through a lot of those cases.
Yeah.
of cases that
He's more knowledgeable than me.
yeah, like his background is amazing. Not just like traditional like business esports related things, because actually he took a break from esports and focused on like normal life business things, and then he came back better, but he went through a lot with the teams. So I think that this case you are doing like Leleco an amazing, not a favor, but you are like helping him achieve something that I see in academy all the time. Like there are players there, not just on my team, but on other teams. He's an example for sure, that just can't make it through because the opportunity doesn't happen. And you guys trust him.
The thing is, like, I was really sad about Leleco because I have certain people that get my soft spot. For example, Gref does one because I was in CBLOL and we had the little bit of a social media debacle. It was my mistake. I want to be very clear. I was being a bit of an idiot amid scrims. I didn't point out red cannons. I didn't say what the scrim name was. So there's nothing unprofessional about it. But it was still not cool because it was like middle of the scrims, right? So it was my bad. Grefta comes to me and he says, look, mate, my bad. And already I feel really bad because I'm like, I thought we were over it. I thought it was my fault, but maybe he's just bringing it up again. And then he says, look after my little brother, Gigo, you know?
Yeah.
That stuff like really gets me, you know? It's like, it touches the soft part of my heart and I'm like, oh, it's just Grefta, you know? Like, it's like this. And Leleco was one of them. But it was really sad because in my mind, I was like, there's no way this guy gets to play. And it's so sad because I think he's so good, you know? Like, I think he's so good. I think he's valued, and he's 24. He's not even like, I mean, he looks 35. That's why maybe people discriminate him. No flame, bro. Sorry. But he's 24. And this kid, I'm a workaholic, right? So if I'm there from 10 to 4 a.m., he's leaving after me or just before me. That's crazy. It's crazy. Bizarre.
You actually looked at his splits, like his past
Yeah,
splits?
of course. I was part of the reason he's here, right? But
he was unlucky because the splits that he actually overperformed, he was like, for a myriad of reasons, it was like shadowed.
But he started late. He started really late in esports. And he carried Cade last year, Academy.
Yes,
I really think he carried Cade Academy. And he's so fucking good. And I was like, but I have this French god, right? I imported this French god and I have this kid that works. He's all about League. I actually tease him a lot because, you know, I'm a bit of an idiot. And I go, hey, Leleco, when are you getting a girlfriend? Are you getting MUITO mullers? Are you getting DMs because you're an MVP? It's like, League of Legends. This guy is like,
He's dating League of Legends.
He's one of mine.
Yeah.
See?
He's like from
he's
my
against
club.
love.
No, but
The
he's
Focus
like,
Club.
you know,
It's a joke, guys. It's a
Is that
joke.
what you call it? Appassionata?
Yeah.
This guy is all about League, and he just hit every spot. And when it came to time to make the decision, I was like, I'm glad that he actually got an opportunity to be with here, and I know that I can provide him a really good opportunity, you know?
Yeah, that's really special.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was cool.
There is any chance he could come back to play in the playoffs or in the finals if you reach there? Or
No chance.
so Leleco going to play all this split?
Yes. Zero chance. Zero chance. Not in split 1. Maybe split 2, but for me,
A lot can change.
like I really believe in Touk, and I think that he is fundamentally a fighter, and he's the guy that he was feeling very unwell. He does his best to mask, right? But anyone with decent EQ can see through it, and he says, "I'm fine. Let me play. Let me play. Let me play." He's feeling terrible. That's the kind of guy he is. I'm sure that it'll get well, but for me, these kind of things take time.
Yeah.
Mental health always takes time. So for me to put pressure, or for me to even think about putting TOUCOUILLE in playoffs, is not only a discredit to Leleco and his effort and how well he's doing in scrims and whatnot, but it's also, I think, very bad for Touk. There's just no chance. Maybe in split 2, but I think it's unlikely.
But he remains with team.
Yeah, I think,
the
after
end.
split 1, we will reevaluate what's best,
Yeah.
because, you know, we do need to think about TOUCOUILLE's well-being as well, and what's best for the team in general. And I also have to think about Leleco. You know, for me, I think of myself as the leader of, 20 people, you know, as the coaching staff, the performance team, academy, and CBLOL for me is one team. And Leleco is also my player. right? And if he's
Yeah.
playing this well, I can't. It doesn't make sense, you know. I can't do that.